Hello. It's good to see y'all again. I get kind of tired of starting videos with, oh hey guys, oh hey guys, how you doing? Hey guys. So I figured this video I would start a little different and say hello. It's nice to see you guys, and I really am excited to see you because that means I got to go fishing again and make another YouTube video, and I hope you guys enjoy watching me catch fish and teach some. And I wanted to do something today that's a little bit different. You know, I go out and I've got techniques and things that work for tournaments that I'm just maybe setting my ways in a little bit that have been producing for me this year. You guys have seen it through all my tournament videos, but I wanted to do something different. And what that is I wanted to throw a shaky head today. It may sound weird, but a shaky head is something that I learned how to fish that when I first moved to the South, when I first moved to Alabama. And that's like, it's almost like people that get into shaky head fishing on the Coosa River and in Alabama, it's like all they throw. So I know a lot of people that their backup, their fallback plan, if they have to catch a fish, they just throw a shaky head. Now, I have not caught a bass on a shaky head since the spring. And I catch fish like crazy on it when they're spawning. I love throwing it when they're spawning. It works really good on Logan, on the entire Coosa. It even works good up under the dams when they're spawning up there, and it works good on Smith Lake and all around the country when they're spawning. But I wanted to throw it when they're not spawning. I want to go fish a shaky head, and I'm not just gonna drag it down the bank. I'll probably fish the bank a little bit. Like if I'm fishing docks and stuff like that, I'll fish a shaky head. But I'm gonna fish it on docks, I'm gonna fish it on brush piles. If I find any schools that are not suspended, I'm gonna fish it on those. But I just wanna see if I can still get bit on it, because it's really been so long since I've just went and fished a worm that I just wanna go do it, and I wanna go feel the bottom. I wanna go work the bait methodically and see if I can tease fish into eating a worm like I used to. I may not catch much. I'm not gonna throw the other 10 rods or 12 rods that I have on the boat. I'm just gonna throw a shaky head, and I'm about to rig it up, and I'll show you which one I'm gonna throw. It's the Z-Man SMH worm, the Shaking My Head worm with their SMH jig head. I'm just gonna go with a 3/16 ounce jig head, and it's got a good hook in it, and I'll just throw that, and I'm just gonna see if I can catch some fish. It is August. The water temp is 82 degrees this morning. Actually, it's more like 84 degrees this morning, but we had a little bit of a cooler night last night, so hopefully they'll be biting. And it's time to go old school fishing. The shaky head is definitely an old school technique, but I know it still catches fish because people still catch them on it. I don't know if it's a tournament winner this time of year necessarily. I know it can be at certain times of year, but we're about to find out how many bass I can catch. I'm gonna weigh them all. I'm gonna weigh everyone I catch on that right there. I'm gonna keep my best 5. I'll probably fish for 4 hours or so. And then when Zeke's done with homeschool, he wants to come out fishing too. And then I'll probably put the shaky head away and have fun doing other stuff. But we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck, because I might need it. Shaky head style. All right, so here is the jig head. That's the SMH jig head with my friend Brian Latimer on the front of it. Look at that handsome mug. Man, that's a beautiful beard he's got. It really is, Brian. I love it. And then I got my his SMH worm right here. This is sprayed grass color. The water's not super dirty, so I'm gonna throw sprayed grass. It's like a greenish purple color. It's always been a good one. And I'm just gonna rig her up on that 3/16 ounce SMH jig head, and I'm gonna go fishing. I'm gonna throw it on a 7.3 TFO Resolve. It's a 7.3 medium light plus, which is like all purpose for Demiki rigging, shaky head, Ned rig. It's just a really good rod. And then I'm gonna go catch bass. Probably, I hope I catch a ton. You never know, it could happen. But I've got a 10-pound vicious no fade braid, and I actually have a 14-pound Toro fluorocarbon leader. And I've talked about that Toro fluorocarbon before. And the cool thing about it is a 14-pound Toro leader is 11-pound test diameter. So when you get a line that's got the strength of 14-pound test but is the size of 11, you know, it's really a great combination, and allows you to be able to fish a little bit lighter line or a little heavier line with a thin diameter and get away with it and not have to worry about breaking off up under a dock or in a brush pile. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tie a little double line uni knot. Just double the line over, put it through, bring it up to right here. I pinch and slide a little bit, make a loop, and then pass it through all those lines through the hole 3 times. 2, 3, You can do it where you have more line out, it makes it a little easier, but that's it right there. Cinch her down, and we're about good to go. I'll show you really quick how I rigged that shaky head just to get it really straight. And then I know you guys are tired of me talking, and the rest of this video is gonna just be fish catches. So there's the worm. I guess I'm gonna go, the question is, do you go purple side up or green side up? They're both really beautiful. That's a pretty worm. Just a really, really good color. I guess I'll go green side down. A little darker on the back, a little lighter green on the front. So I just go in about maybe a 1/4 inch. I want it to fill that gap perfectly. I go right up over, I go all the way over the notch. Some people leave some of the worm on the notch, but I like to just go all the way over it. And then I want it to be super straight. So I'm gonna have that point of the hook mark it, and I'm just gonna flex it upward and bury it straight in. I don't want to come in at an angle like that where it's got a bulb in it. I don't want to come in all like this where it's all bent. I want to mark it and then flex it up and put it straight in the plastic. See how straight that is? And this worm is elastic, so it's going to float up. And I just want to feel the bottom and tease a bass into eating a worm, and then reel down and set the hook. Old school bass fishing. You got to learn how to fish a worm if you're going to be a good bass fisherman. So what's cool about this is I am doing old school stuff with the shaky head, but I'm going to be live scoping with a shaky head. So I'm going to be throwing it at specific pieces of structure I can see on the live scope. I'm going to be throwing it at fish swimming if I see fish swimming. There's a suspended one right there in about 8 feet of water. Schooled right there. I got 2 of them chasing it down to the bottom right now. I am not kidding. I just saw 2 suspended ones and I threw at them and they both just chased it down. Now, will they eat it is the question. Ate it. Just broke him off. What in the world? He just pulled me down into something and I actually broke him off. That is really weird. It's a clean cut. That is strange. Okay. Well, just had a bite on a shaky head. Got my first worm bass. First shaky head bass in a while. Looks like he barfed up a crawdad. That's a keeper. Look at that. Beautiful. We are on the board. He was on just a little isolated piece of brush. .01. We got a 1-pounder. I like it. Another little baby spot. They're not unhealthy, they're just small. And that really honestly, with a worm, it's not about Like, does a worm catch big fish? Absolutely. A 12-pounder will eat a worm. But you just got to be around big ones, and maybe I'm just not around big ones. At least I'm getting bit though. This one is another whopping 1.01. Got 2 for 2.02. There we go. Worm eaters. Actually feels like a decent one. Or maybe not. Jeez, that one fought way harder. These are some funny little spotted bass. Oh, the shaky head challenge. He's getting me bit. That's about what a shaky head seems to do, but I'm not giving up yet. Don't be judging saying, oh no, shaky head's gonna catch a big one, because it probably will. But that is a 0.93 keeper. Oh man, that's funny. All right, they're all the same size. I got 4 keepers in like 20 minutes, so that's not bad. Little SMH right in the nose. One thing about a shaky head is it hooks them good. I always feel confident if I've got a big one. On a worm, you just feel like you're gonna land them. You get that big hook right through the nose. That's my kicker so far. He's a 1.06, so that means I got 4 bass. 4, wait for it, anticipation, drum roll. 4.01 on 4. Let's go. That is awesome. I'm a shaky head master. Okay, I gotta find some big ones and see if I can get them to eat. Keeper number 5. That is a funny limit. So how is it that all these fish have been the same size? Oh gosh, no. You angry little spot. I think they had a really good spawn here, or we did here. Well, I didn't personally have a good, I don't know. But I think the bass had a really good spawn here probably 2 years ago, and that's what we're seeing a lot of these 1-pounders. That's a 0.95. Got just under 5 pounds on 5 on a worm. But now I get to cull. So the key to fishing docks, normally I'd be fishing this with a jig, and I'm more efficient with a jig. I can skip it better, I can get it way up under there better, but the key is getting up under each section of it really when it's summer like this. And then I love fishing parallel edges. So anytime I can parallel the front edge of a dock or the side of a dock, or especially inside the slip of a dock, that's gonna be a prime cast that gives the fish a long time to look at it as it's going by and makes one bite. And sometimes you'll learn that they're just on the poles, and so you're just kind of flipping the poles and all that stuff, but there's definitely a lot to it. And like right now, I'm not in any hurry, so I'm fishing so slow that, you know, I'm not really picking these docks apart super fast. I'm just slowly taking my time, trying to figure out what they want. I've spent 5 minutes on one dock now, and I've had one bite and missed it. Big old cull fish right there. He's really not big, but it's a pretty one. Look at that. SMH worm, SMH head, pierced him. He is not very big, but look how healthy that bass is. That is a beautiful fish. He's super thick. Just a thick one. 174. We're moving on up in the world. Just called out a .93, so I got just under 6 pounds on 5. So that fish was on like just a teeny piece of brush and rock, like a little teeny patch of it, and I made a pinpoint cast on it because of my live scope and caught it. So that's using an old school technique, the shaky head, but new school of hitting fish in the face and hitting things. I never would have made that cast without it. So. There's 2 of them on it. Isn't that crazy? In between the docks, he's still big. It's another one that'll cull. He's not very big, but back-to-back cast. The fat one bit first and then the skinny one. Hey, this is fun though. I love thumping them on a worm. I forgot how much I love this actually. $128. Moving on up, one bass at a time. Well, that one will cull, sadly, but not by much. Oh, that fish was on a little isolated piece of brush on a point out here in like 7-8 feet of water. It's actually one I've never fished this time of year. I just thought about it and rolled up and caught me a biggin. 1.21. Hey, I have nothing under a pound now, so that's something, right? That counts for something. 5 for 631. Okay. That was actually a really cool bite right there. That fish was suspended, swimming around. I threw at him, he chased it all the way down to the bottom and it went donk. That was fun. That's a fish I could have caught on a jerkbait or a Demiki too, but it's fun catching him on a worm. He's not very big, but where are the big ones? I've been catching like, honestly my average has been 11 to 14 pounds. Which is not bad for August. He's a 168. So that puts me up to 7 pounds on 5 fish. Whew. Man, catching them. Big right there. Ah, he's not that big. He's just a nice large fish though. Definitely my biggest one so far. Oh, man, he felt huge. It was just those head shakes that made him feel like a giant. He got that worm though. He was on a little, didn't even look like brush. Looked like maybe just some debris down there, a little bit of debris. Also known as debris. They get on that debris sometimes better than actually like big brush piles. 229. That's a little more like it. Honestly, this time of year I'd take 5 of those a day and call it a good day. All right, well, that is all she wrote for me. A worm definitely still catches bass, and I hope this didn't discourage anybody from fishing a worm, because it catches big ones too. I just didn't catch any big ones today. So I had, oh yeah, 8.20 on 5 fish. It's not very much. Wouldn't have done me any good in a tournament, but I did have fun, and that's what it's all about. So next time I'm gonna try to do something different. I like doing this where I pick a bait and just stick with it and throw something that I'm not used to throwing. And today it was the SMH worm by Z-Man with the SMH head. It caught me bass. Next time it might be an A-rig in August, you never know.